Don't this hit make my people wanna Don't this hit make my people wanna Don't this hit make my people wanna
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
This is pathetic.
Where we used to live. Why did you keep the mousetrap?
Life could be worse.
This is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down.
Join in, folks. It's yodeling time.
Still, I want them back. Broke into the old apartment. 42 stairs from the street.
I'm bag of pixie dust. Contraband.
They're gonna do the Mary Poppins thing. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
Why did you keep the dish rack? These things used to be mine. I guess they're still, I want them back. Here at Lester's.
Elephant green screen effect.
Oh, bitch, you killed Kenny.
Kenny.
You fat hoe.
I get it. I'm not persecuted. I'm just an ass.
If you haven't subscribed to Reina yet and you're watching this, you suck.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, of course, bringing that hot and spicy talk to all of you. And this, of course, is the Spice Lounge, where we let all of that spicy conversation and hot takes fly and have an obscene amount of fun while we're doing it. We've got a loaded show for you today. Of course, we have got our special guest, Magick Moonshot, who I'm going to bring on here in a minute or so. We've got hot topics to talk about, including that amazing Gladiator 2 trailer, which we're going to talk about. House of the Dragon ratings, a couple other spicy things too, and for our main topic, we are going to get into yet again why the gaming industry just seems to be stuck on stupid and doesn't want to do anything about it. So I'm glad I have my special guest I'm going to bring in right now, Twitch streamer Magick Moonshot. How are you, my dear?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks so much for the invite. I also like hot takes and spicy conversation. Not too spicy, like Caucasian spicy, like just a little bit of sriracha in my ramen, kind of spicy. That's about it.
I'll do the polite Southern spicy. You know,
Yes.
the stuff that we put out for some folks, it's like, well, they might not be able to tolerate it too much. So we'll make it just, just flavorful enough. No worries. I got you. First of all, I'm so glad that you're here. Second of all, I love your headset.
Oh, thank you.
It looks so cute. What kind is it, man?
This is an Astro. I think it's A40s, if I'm not mistaken. It served me pretty well for the last, I think, almost 3 years now. So for a headset, that's pretty good.
Yeah, because I'm looking at headsets. I have a Turtle Beach one that I kind of grabbed from Target just so I could have it. But I'm thinking, I kind of need a second one because I'm building a PC right now. Well,
Ooh.
Let's put it this way. The motherboard is screwed up. So I'm going to have to ship it back to the manufacturer because, the fan turns on, the lights turn on,
Oh, no.
and the motherboard's just like, where's the RAM sticks? Where's the RAM sticks? I'm like, they're all in there. Every single one. I'm just like, upgrading RAM is the simplest thing that you can do.
Mhm.
I've been doing it for like a long time. So I'm like, what do you mean? The freaking light's still on. So yes, as soon as I get that settled,
Do you
then I
want
can
like
finally
a
get that
wired
done.
head? This is a wired headset, or are you looking for something wireless? Because I use a Go XLR, so I need to have a wired headset. That kind of helped direct what I was going for.
I think I'm probably gonna do wired. I have a wireless keyboard, but it's more because of what it looks like, because it's like it's white and it's like backlit and like blue and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, I keep it connected. So that's kind of like the aesthetic that I'm going for. I'm kind of going for like that Tron 80s movie kind of aesthetic.
I am a huge fan. It's one of my favorites. Actually, the Tron Legacy, the remake, that soundtrack is one that is saved on my Spotify, which I feel like it still carries that retro 80s vibe, even in a remake.
Oh, it sure does. Daft Punk. I mean, Tron Legacy. I said I did not care for the movie, but that soundtrack was fire.
So good. So good.
So freaking good. It's so good. And what's even better, folks, is I see you guys starting to traipse in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you hit that like button, and let's see who we've got here in the chat. Let's see. We've got Steel Leg of History, who has been a member for 26 months. My goodness, I need to call you a what's an OG member, so to speak. You guys been around so long. Says, thanks for all your kindness and support. I'm doing better with my physical therapy, and I hit 1.5K watch hours and 363 subs today. Well, all right, my dear, you keep pushing Steel Leg of History with your channel and everything. You do a lot of gaming, so keep at it. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you, my dear. Let's see who else we got. Coming on in? We have got, of course, Magick Moonshot. Said this music has me hyped up. I'm glad you like it.
My favorite was the Darth Vader raising money for a new Death Star. That was my favorite of all. Although there were some gems in that prelude.
I thank you. I got to clip that one for a super chat, because I saw that one. I don't know. It was just that kind of day on Instagram. First, I saw, like the mix with the Imperial March theme. Okay. I'm like, okay, I saw that, and then I saw the one of Darth Vader playing the bass, raising money for. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was freaking hilarious. I'm like, I gotta clip that. I gotta clip that. Hey, hanging out with Erica and Rob. So good to see you guys. Hope you're well. We got Surgeon MD who says, hey, Lorena, it's going to be a great stream. Yes, it's going to be an awesome stream because you guys are here. My special guest is here. And some of my usual suspect friends will probably eventually be dropping in here. They can make it. No worries. Let's see. Coach O'Dragon is here. We have got Peach fan Ann here. Says hello, everyone. And I love that avatar. And I'm going to try to not beat myself up again too much, because I have, what is it? Princess Peach Showtime. Still in the darn wrapper. It's still in the wrapper. I have to play
the gangsta, like the glasses. It's like if Princess Peach was a mob boss kind of thing.
Yes, I freaking love that. I love that. I love to have a mod of that too. Rolling in like, okay, all right, who's got something to say? Where my toads at? Hey, Bonzo Kilborn says, coming hot direct from the HQ. Hail one and all. Well, hail and good to see you, Bonzo. Glad you're here. We've got Jurassic Fan 17 throwing all those turtle emojis. Okay, so I got to explain the blue shell emoji here. Okay, so pretty much everyone knows what the blue shell does. I call that one the biblical shell in Mario Kart, because the last shall be first and the first shall be last. do not want to get hit by that darn shell when it comes out. But on my Florida show, we had this story where this turtle was trying to cross the interstate. Unfortunately, got hit by a car, sent airborne, and then got stuck in another car's windshield. The turtle was okay.
No way. What?
I'm very serious. I'm very serious. It's a common thing in Florida where they think that it's okay to try to get across the interstate, and they're not very fast. Usually, you can spot them and kind of get out the way. But I think this was someone who they're not used to it and don't know that these turtles, when they're there, they're pretty much committed. They're either gonna tuck their heads in or they're gonna try to see if they can make it. You need to dress accordingly. But no, turtle got hit by one car, lodged in the windshield of another car. It survived, but I think for about 30 minutes, my whole chat, all they did was do Mario Kart jokes. and so if you're a member, that's why there's a blue shell.
I drove over a turtle one time, not on purpose. Like, I saw it and it was too late to get out of the way. And my kids, who are now 7 and 5, this was like 2 years ago. Anytime we drive down that road, they'll be like, Mom, remember that one time you ran over a turtle? Every time we drive on that road, they will not let me forget. R.I.P. turtle.
Oh.
Didn't have the luck of the one you're talking about, apparently. It was a definite crunch, and I felt really bad.
Oh, no. Oh, that's like when I hit a squirrel by accident and didn't care. Like, it wasn't that. I'm like, it's not that smart. And camera girl's like, what was that noise? I'm like, nothing.
I should have just played it off. But no, no, they won't let me live it down.
Yeah. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But it's funny how they won't let you forget stuff like that. Well, Jay, thank you so much for gifting those 5 Reina Creole memberships. I see folks getting those green memberships. Thank you so very much. Please be sure to thank Jay for being so generous and gifting those memberships, because with channel membership, you get all kinds of perks. Most notably are either a movie club or a TV club perks, where we get to see a movie together all on screen. We're going to be seeing Spaceballs on Sunday. And of course, we watch House of the Dragon every Sunday night as well. So if you're a channel member, you get in on that, according other posts, videos, and of course, emojis, like the blue shell emoji. Oh, let's see. We have Bella Michelle, Jersey girl. Hello, my dear. Says LOL. Oh, you guys laughing at the turtle story? Zachariah, one of my amazing mods. I could not do live streams without my mods, so thank you guys so much for being here. We've got Northman JH that says, good evening. Well, good evening for you. Good evening for you. And Battle Him 63 says, I use an Aftershocks bone conduction Bluetooth headset and wear earplugs. Oh, wow. You're like way up there right now. I'm just like, I just want a headset with some booming bass in it. So, when I cat people.
Oh, I have a question for you on the headset conversation. So, do you wear your headset, like if you have not an in-ear, but like an actual headset, that I saw somewhere on TikTok where gamer girls, for lack of a better term, they have sport mode or regular mode for how they wear their headset. So if you put your hair in front of the ear cuffs, then it's like regular mode. But if you're like a hardcore gamer, then you go sport mode.
Yes. And here's the difference. And this is where I get to use this picture right here. But there's a cozy game that I am absolutely addicted to, and that's Disney Dreamlight Valley. Okay, so when I played this game, then it's in the front and it looks nice and all of that and looks cool. But man, if I'm playing something like, say, Doom Eternal or Fallout, it's all back. I'm like,
Sport mode engaged, lock in.
I cannot miss a headshot because a stray hair got in my face. I'm pretty sure you've had that happen.
Yeah, I play a lot of first-person shooters, mostly Halo, but I'll be honest, I've gotten so used to regular mode that it's just like become habit. I feel like sport mode is now uncomfortable just because I'm not used to it. So
yeah, it feels abnormal, but it's abnormal yet functional at the same time. So that's funny you asked me that, because I'm like, man, it's like, how do I want to put this? What kind of game am I playing? Leisurely, it looks cute, but if I gotta light some people up.
Well, you remember when I'm just having a flashback. This is probably 4 or 5 years ago when Ninja came out with like a hoodie that had like holes in the ears for wearing a hoodie up, and the headset over top of it had like ear holes. I know we're both in Florida, so we don't think about hoodie wear that often, but
yeah,
that's like the advanced sport mode. That's like sport mode for hoodies.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. I freaking love that. Oh, and love this raid from That Game Place. Thank you so very much. That Game Place, which is, I want to call it a subsidiary, but it's one of the tentacles from the mothership known as WDW Pro. So we've got That Park Place, we've got T3PO, which is That Park Place podcasting channel. We've also got now That Game Place and Vacation Radio. So glad That Game Place, you guys are coming over here, which means Culture will probably eventually get over here too, I hope. Since he's running That Game Place channel. Film Watcher 96. Yes. TGP Raid. So glad. Please confirm for me the Alkalite Credits music is Sir Mix-a-Lot Buttermilk Biscuits, right? I don't know what's scarier, the fact that I've heard about the Alkalite Credits music or that I actually know that song from Sir Mix-a-Lot. It's worse than Buttermilk Biscuits. Postum says it's a fun game. Yes, I love playing this game. And Princess Peach Showtime. I'm trying to get all the money like Scrooge McDuck in this game. So
just
that
piles of coins.
That's it. Money.
Sleeping in gold. If you can't do it in real life, might as well do it in video games. What are video games for?
I know. I mean, it's like I have a money room. People think I'm kidding. I'm like, no, it's a whole floor with piles of money and jewels and gold bars and bars and Scrooge's first dime. Yes, indeed. That's the kind that it is.
I love it.
Yeah, I have to play that. It's on the list of games to play, although I really do have to get back into Kingdom Hearts so I can finally play it myself instead of buying it for nieces and nephews. Now I don't get to freaking play it. Hey, Steve says, hey there, Lorena. I do hope you are doing perfectly splendid today. Well, I sure am. I'm so glad. That you're here.
Kenobi is supposed to come in with hello there. Isn't that supposed to be Kenobi's greeting? I mean, it's still very nice. It's close.
He did, but I'm so used to seeing him for over years. It's kind of like, we don't have to stand on ceremony.
That's fair. This is more comfortable. If you're greeting a general, it's hello there. But if it's a friend, it's just hi.
Yeah, exactly. Dang, that's some Mario Kart style. It was. That turtle, literally hit somebody else's car. Literally. Did I get a call?
No, I think they're talking about the one I ran over. It was like
I was about to say I didn't hear they said any coins appeared or anything like that. So
I think you only get coins if you hop on them, right? Like boop them.
Yeah.
I didn't. This was just a crush. It was
yeah. Because man, if you catch a shell in the butt, you just out of luck, man. That's just it. I never get a blue shell because I'm not in first place.
Aw.
That is, you know what? That is the most humiliating thing to have happen when you were like in first place so long, suckers, and then all of a sudden you're just like it's worse than getting zapped by lightning. It's worse than getting ink squirted on you or slipping on a banana.
Yeah.
Having that blue shell crash into you and see everybody else go racing by you. Oh my gosh, that'll
It's
yeah.
personal. It's personal. At least with like the squid or the lightning, everybody's suffering together. But like the blue shell, it's just me.
I have literally said before, don't take this personal. All my family members know when I say that, I probably threw a blue shell at them. Don't take what personal. Bam, that.
Are you competitive? Is that what we're hearing?
Yeah, I am. I am.
Awesome.
I am. True story. I used to freak my mother out when I was a kid playing video games because it's like, yes, I did. I had a ton of Barbie dolls. I did. Barbie doll, Corvette, tricked out, all of that. Ken's the butler, G.I. Joe's my boyfriend. So I had that all set up, Barbie and everything. But when I got like video games, oh yeah. My mother's like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, Mom, I'm kind of busy right now. She's like, you can shoot people. Yeah, I did. I was horrible. My sisters did not want to play with me because my mom's like, just let them win. I'm like, no.
See, video games is the one thing that I was better than my sisters because I have two older sisters, and it was the one thing that I was better than at. So I think that's part of what pushed me over. I'm relating to your story a lot. Like, why? It's just a video game. Why are you taking it so seriously?
I'm like, because I have to. I'm like,
right.
Mom, I'm killing Deep. Oh my gosh, when I used to play like Doom. Oh my goodness.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, gotta do it. Coming soon, that sewing channel and that cooking channel. Oh, for that Park Place. Yeah, that cooking channel they'll probably get me for as well. Hey, OCDD, good to see you. Good to see you. And Commander said it's not necessarily the blue shell, but all the shells. It is, but the blue shell, that's really personal. Because when you think about it, it's like the green ones, the red ones, you're kind of like, throw it out, Blue shell, you have to be real intentional when you use that. That is like using a tactical nuke. If you don't think that's the case, go back and watch the Super Mario movie. That's all I'm going to say. See what happened on the Rainbow Road. That's all I'm going to say. The fierce, apathetic Black Queen. Hello. It says, whoever white person had the surname of Chiang. That's news to me. That's possible. By marriage, I'm guessing. Just saying. Well, first of all, 42 of you folks in here. So we are going to go ahead and get to the hot topics before we get to our main topic. So are you ready, Magic?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
You ready? Okay, let's go. So we're going to get my gratuitous female gay stuff over right away. Gladiator 2 trailer brings Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington into the arena for battle. Ridley Scott directed Paramount's sequel to his 2000 historical epic that starred Russell Crowe and won 5 Academy Awards. Now I have to ask you, have you watched the original Gladiator, the first Gladiator movie?
Yeah, I have. It's been too long, I'll admit. It's been too long, but I have seen it. And it's, iconic, right?
Are you not entertained?
So good.
It's so freaking good. It's so good. It's so good. I mean, when I tell people, "Oh yeah, it's a date movie," they're like, "What?" Yeah, that's just me. I mean, I
See,
loved. I
I
mean,
love action flicks. My husband loves like romantic comedy, so we're a little backwards.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. What do you like about action movies? I don't get to ask another female about this. So, what do you like about
I
action movies?
I mean something like the Gladiator, right? I love like the character growth throughout a movie. I love just a compelling storyline of like, you know, the underdog like fighting back from all against all odds. And then I just really love like good dialogue, or you know, like a good stirring like speech that just like sticks with you, you know, like you're thinking of like Aragorn getting ready to storm the Black Gate, like something like that just like you always hold on to those iconic moments. So I'd say a mixture of like dialogue, speeches slash just like the storyline and plot.
Yeah, I love that, especially when you get these huge, sweeping historical action picks because the Roman gladiators, I'll say that's akin to like say the MMA fighters
It's
of
true.
like today. That whole thing, who's the strongest, who can outwit you, the crowd that's just,
Mm,
rooting for whoever or trashing whoever.
yeah.
It's just something about it, especially put in the time of the Roman Empire, and just how epic these sets are just
Yes.
insane. Oh my god, I do. I love freaking action movies. They are so much fun to watch. Like you said, rooting for the underdog. You
Mm.
have like a villain who you just love to hate them because they're just
Yes.
so bad.
I love the downfall of a real evil villain, and I do tend to lean personally towards sci-fi fantasy. So like I'm really loving like the Dune series that's coming out. You know, that we just had part 2. Obviously Star Wars, like the OG Star
Hmm.
Wars. You know, enough said. And Lord of the Rings. So I like the historical like epics too, but I think I would lean a little bit towards sci-fi fantasy.
I hear you. Same. I'm
It's a
sorry.
great
I'm
shot
tripping
though.
out the fact that that's
Spinning.
water in there. And I read in the Hollywood Reporter article that yes, this was actually accurate. That
Okay.
the Colosseum, they would actually put water in the Colosseum to enact water battles like this. And I'm just like, that's two cool things that I found out about the Coliseum. One, that Godzilla uses it as a nap spot in Godzilla X Kong.
Okay.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I didn't know
Literally,
that.
that's
Yeah, that's great.
that's like where he would go and curl up in the Coliseum. For some reason it just fit. It just
It's like a
fit.
little.
And
It's like
then
cats love to nap in little boxes. Godzilla likes to nap in the Coliseum. Just curl up
yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just like a cat. Mhm. Yeah, I'm looking. So mine's under the
I
desk
love
right
the
now.
fact
But
that you went and looked up the historical accuracy of the water because, like, cinematically, I thought it was a really cool kind of take to make things, you know, a little different from what we saw in the original Gladiator. But if it hadn't been, like, historically accurate, then it would be, like, kind of gimmicky, you know?
yeah, because I saw this in the trailer. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then
Mm-hmm.
read, oh, they actually did that. Oh, okay. All right. I
Kind of
mean, it
cool.
was cool regardless, but now it's like even cooler. Yeah,
It's so
Northman
cool.
JH and Fierce Apathetic Black Queen are pretty much saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, along with Commander said, yeah, they would have water battles in the Coliseum, drain it and fill it back up and whatnot. That's so freaking cool. I know it's a remake,
Isn't it
but
like a Zamboni that would come and, like, clean off all the blood?
I,
Like a sand Zamboni that would just, like, go around in between
I
battles?
think they probably had a line of people that was their job to just clean up. Can you imagine being that dude? What do you do? I clean up the blood and guts off the, off the floor of the Coliseum. That's my job.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah. Amazing. They can fill the Coliseum, but Disney can't keep water right. Yeah, it broke down today again.
No.
Again, I don't think it's ever had one full operating day yet. It's now it's just pathetic. But I know some people are kind of like, oh, we really don't like sequels or anything like that. But I'm so looking forward to seeing this. I just am, because I just want to see Denzel Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his character in the middle. And that's just gonna be awesome. No, he is based. How would he's an arms dealer?
That checks
But
out.
let's just say he's someone who's worked his way up, because in the time of the Roman Empire, no matter who you, pretty much, unless you were a Roman citizen, you were pretty much no one. But once you became a Roman citizen, that was everything.
Mm.
So I can't wait to see this. I almost want to say he's probably using the same characters in Training Day, and I don't care. Battle him. That is supposed to be Pedro Pascal.
No, I don't think so. Pedro Pascal is like the general, that the slave that's working under Denzel Washington, right? He says, like, whose head do you want? And he's like, I want the whole army. Well, that's too much. Okay, then I want the general. And that's why he ends up fighting Pedro Pascal. The emperor is like the really pale, kind of red curly hair guy that's giving the thumbs down somewhere in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, that's like, I watched it twice, but like...
No. Thank you for correcting me on that.
Oh, not the actor, but like, which emperor is it? That's a good question.
Oh, not the actor. I forget the name of the emperor. That's actually a very good question. Very good question. You can tell I'm just watching this purely for the eye candy, right?
I'm interested. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I know there's a grandson of former Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius.
Lucius Verus, maybe?
You got to know there's a U.S. on the end. I do know that much.
Is Paul Mescal the actor?
Yeah, Paul Mescal. He's the guy who, he's the one who, let's see, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the chick's name. It was Commodus. Yeah, Commodus. Yeah, I remember Commodus in the first one. We got the word commode.
Commodore, but commode is better.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the name of the emperor in the Hollywood Reporter article. So I'm not seeing that. Hey, Keely Chow, good to see you. Good to see you. And yes, Denzel Washington is played as Macrinus. Yes, power broker who keeps a stable of gladiators. Yeah, he works as an arms dealer and provides food and oil to the armies in Europe. Okay, so basically he's a contractor. But I like that. I like that. 20 to 30% of the Roman Empire were slaves. Yes, that is 100% true. 100% true. And pretty much, unless you were a Roman citizen, you're pretty much no one. Rabnad Scabola, Commodus on his royal throne. I like that. So, yeah, it's another remake. I really don't mind. I'm looking forward to watching it because I'm a history nut. So anything that's like a historical, we'll say historical fiction, I will actually watch it just on general principle. Geta is what IMDb says. That's the name of the new the Roman emperor in this one. I think that's what Battle Hymn 63 is alluding to. So, yeah. So, are you seeing this?
I'll probably watch it when it comes out on DVD, like Redbox it or something. But as fun as it would be to go to the theater, I just don't. This would be the type of movie I would see in the theater. I just don't go to theaters that often, so I'll probably wait until it's on DVD and then bring it home.
Yeah, for me, I have whatever that thing is with Regal, where you pay one price and you get to see, I guess, like hold up 3 tickets at a time to go. So I have a theater that's local to me. So this is probably one of those that I'll go and see, since I'm already paying to go and see it. But if I don't get to see it in the theater for whatever reason, yeah, then I probably will definitely watch it like on streaming. Because again, it's like with sequels, you never really know how it's going to turn out, because Hollywood is just addicted to sequels. Like, I love the Shrek franchise. They were clowning Disney long before it was popular. I don't know. Have you seen the Shrek movies?
Yes.
They're freaking hysterical. I watched Shrek 1 and Shrek 2 like last month, and I forgot how crazy, hilarious they were.
About half of the first movie's dialogue memorized. At least I used to. I could probably dredge it back up. Like the ogres are onion scene, not the gumdrop buttons. I feel like there's a lot of, in the morning I'm making waffles. There's just a lot of great lines.
Oh no, dead broad off the table.
So good.
I want to watch Real and Torture. Oh wait, Knights. Yeah, I want to watch this.
I want to watch Wheel of Torture.
Wheel of Torture.
It's great.
And of course, they catch Puss in Boots. Yeah, I found this on them. That's not mine.
It's a little bag of catnip.
Yeah, a little bag found this. Oh, what are you doing in my swamp? Yeah, exactly. That is such a freaking such a hilarious movie. The first 2, the third one, the fourth one, not so great. Fifth one, this is one where I'll see it to review it, but it's not, how to put it, because there's been so many of them. I'm not really going to be in a rush to see it. Okay, now Despicable Me 4, yes, I did have to go and see that, because Camera Girl grew up on the Minions movies, so she had to see it. And I think I laughed harder than any of the kids did in the theater. With just physical Tom and Jerry comedy never goes out of style. Let me put it to you that way.
It's true. I do like for Shrek 5 that at least the original trio, right? Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, all coming back on their roles. If they weren't able to get those 3 to come back, I would say, what's even the point of making a Shrek 5? But the fact that they are staying with the original voice actors, I think makes me a little bit more optimistic that it could, play out well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because I think that was the big thing, getting all 3 of them together. Because you just get 2 of them, one of them, it's definitely not going to work. But you have to have that synergy of all 3 of them, like getting the band back together again. You have to get all of them back together. Florentin said, to be honest, I never watched the first Shrek and thought they were literally making fun of Disney. Just thought it was their own take on a fairy tale. So I will say this. There was the Shrek book. Okay, they had that. But the obvious digs at Disney was because Jeffrey Katzenberg, DreamWorks used to be DreamWorks SKG. When I lived in LA, this was like the first major movie theater in 50 years or something like that. Put together by Spielberg, Katzenberg, and David Geffen. Eventually, they dropped the SKG and it was just DreamWorks. Well, Katzenberg used to work for Disney. So that's why there are so many. The first one, it is freaking loaded. And then the second one, they clown Los Angeles a lot, which is why it's funny, because I used to live in LA. So I just crack up watching that one. if it's got the same quality as The Last Wish, it will be good. This is true. I don't know if you've seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Magic. Have you seen
I
that?
have not. I don't. No, I haven't. No.
I know it's available on streaming. It was really good. I did
Really?
not
Okay.
expect for it to be that good. Basically, Puss in Boots realizes he thought he had like 7 more lives. He's got 1 left.
Ooh.
He's got 1 left, and it's such a good story. I did not think it was going to be that good. It's insane how good it is. I don't even know how to describe it. It's actually a feel good story, and it's crazy how realistic it is. And Antonio Banderas it's Puss in Boots. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. I'm just like, dude must have the best time playing that. Hey, Dylan
He
Soup,
was
good
made for this
seeing you.
role.
He was. I
Or the
still
role,
can't
actually,
believe
probably more
him.
accurately, the role was made for him. Like they took him as the actor, and they're like, okay, how do we make this character work for Antonio?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I freaking love it. I seen Last Wish. It was a good film. Yeah, I saw it in December. I didn't see it in the theater because I'm just like, nah, third Puss in Boots movie. Who wants to see it?
I'm
And then
always
people kept
skeptical of
saying
like
it.
spin-offs, right? Because it's like a Shrek, side character spin-off, and I'm always like a little
Mhm.
bit like, I mean, how good can a spin-off really be? Because they should have just went with their own original movie instead. So I'm actually impressed that it was good. It makes me definitely want to see it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. All of the Puss in Boots movies have actually been pretty good, but the last one, I want to say the last one is this one is the best one out
Wow.
of like all of them. So if they go with the same writers for that and they come up with something of that level where we go in not really expecting too much and then we're just like, oh shoot, this is really, 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 really good.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Shrek 3 and 4? 3 was okay. 4 was forgettable.
I'm
Uh,
literally don't remember what happened in Shrek 4.
I
Did
don't
they
either.
have baby Shreks? Did they have little baby ogres?
They had little baby ogres, and it was pretty much Shrek not being thankful for the family he has.
Okay. I'm like, I've seen it probably once, but it's, probably been 10 years. I don't even know.
It was kind of forgettable for me. Oh, that's okay, Poster. But if you liked 4 more than 3, that is okay. That is okay. Okay, let's put it this way. It wasn't Toy Story 4 bad. Okay. It wasn't Toy Story 4 bad. It's like if it's on, I'll watch it. It's okay. It's like it's not super it's not it's not bad. It's more like the other 3 are so much better than it's
Hmm.
kind of like, yeah, there's a runt in every litter, and for me that's Shrek. That's Shrek 4. I mean, yeah, that's Shrek 4. So let's see. Our next hot topic that we have, of course, is House of the Dragon. Have you watched House of the Dragon at all, or did you
I
even watch Game of Thrones at all?
So I watched some Game of Thrones, and it was a little too much for me. As
Yeah, I
tempting
get
as it
you.
is for me to get drawn into it, because I do love that like medieval fantasy genre but it was too much for me, so I stopped watching it. And so I'll just say I haven't watched any House of the Dragon. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I've been hearing great things about it, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, House of the Dragon, it's not as, yeah, because there's some episodes of Game of Thrones. I was like, no, no. Give me the Cliff Notes version. I'll
Yeah.
just, I'll skip to something else. House of the Dragon is not as heavy
Okay.
in a way with the questionable content.
Yeah.
There is some, but it's not. It's more on the intrigue storytelling. It's got certain bits in it, which is why it's TVMA, but I would think of it as like, say, more of a soap opera, because what you basically have is a civil war that's going on. with dragons. And the last episode, they finally got to doing the dances with dragons, where you had dragons flying and spitting fire and burning people up and going after each other. And by that time, you know what the dragons, which dragon is which dragon, because they have different names and they have different personalities and all of that. But apparently, House of the Dragon, the last episode, scored high 8.1 million viewers for episode 4 on HBO and Max. So in comparison, it actually scored higher than the season 2 opener of Game of Thrones.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Did you, you watched all of the first season of House of the Dragon? And you really enjoyed that?
Yeah, I did. I really did.
From being like an outside observer, it seems like season 2 is getting more hype than even season 1. Is that true? Is season 2 better?
I would say yes, and the reason why, and I think a lot of it has to do with how writing evolves for certain shows. Like the first season, you're kind of trying to get your way through the first season, and then it's kind of like, okay, now that we've done the first season, all right, here's what we can do better. Here's what we can, throw off somewhere else. So you kind of learn. So you learn from If You're Smart.
Yes.
Some shows haven't learned this. We're looking at you, Kurtzman Trek. You don't learn from the first season, but with this one, the second season, it's even better than the first season. Now, there's some people who have read the books who will have a different point of view, which I get, because let's face it, the visual medium is never going to be the same as books. That's just something you have to reconcile that with. But I've been really enjoying it. A lot of other people have really been enjoying it, and it's been consistently good. And I think most of the reason for that is that the book that it's based on is complete, which is Fire and Blood. It's complete. It's, so they know what's going to happen from beginning to end. So they have, the goalposts and everything.
Makes sense.
House of the Dragon isn't my cup of tea. Neither was Game of Thrones. Anything like that just doesn't interest me. Good thing too, my cousin married Queen Cersei in real life. So I didn't see her in that light, huh? It's okay, because I did not watch Game of Thrones when it first came out. I was watching Vikings instead, because Game of Thrones didn't really. Everybody seemed into it, and it seemed to be too much of the current thing. So I'm I'm gonna go. Almost. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm just like, well, if y'all are watching it, I'll go watch something else. So I watched Vikings instead. And then when I heard season 8 was so freaking bad, I'm like, how can a TV show go from being so awesome to being absolutely horrible? I have to witness this train wreck for myself, and I did, and I wish I hadn't, but I could see what happened. But I'm a House Targaryen fan, so when I heard this show was coming, it's like, okay, let's see what they do. And a lot of people weren't watching it at first. Then it seemed like with every episode, more people were coming back, because they're like, what was very skittish considering what happened with season 8. But yeah, now it's just, so many people are like watching House of the Dragon, and it's nice to see. Let's put it this way: I'm watching House of the Dragon. I am no longer watching The Acolyte.
That's right. That's the thing. Like, House of the Dragon might not be a show for me, but I love that there's more shows that are just like people are really loving and that are really thriving. Like, I want there to be a wide variety of stuff. Just because something isn't for me doesn't mean that I don't want it to be successful. And the other thing I would say is, another reason I haven't watched the show and probably won't, is I've just become really, not to like sidetrack too much, but I've become really particular about which subscription services that I sign on to because of just like the economy and the prices. Everybody, it seems like subscription services keep on going up and up and up and up. So unless something's already on something that I have, I don't have HBO or Max, so I'll probably, pass on this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you, because there's so many. It's like cable now.
Exactly.
With all the streaming services, and not, it's like you have to be judicious with how you use your money. Like I have AT&T, so I get HBO Max for free.
There you go.
I have Walmart Plus, so I get Paramount Plus for free. Yeah. And it's like with Disney Plus, it's just like I don't even really watch that stuff. And speaking of Disney Plus, oh, and I love how he said that George never finishes his work. Yeah, I'm just like, he's never going to finish Winds of Winter. I'm like, screw that. I'm done. And then I heard House of the Dragon was coming out. So I'm like, okay, I got to go and do that. But speaking of Disney Plus, and this will be our last hot topic. Agatha All Along trailer sees Catherine Hahn return as witch for the Marvel series. Have you watched any of the Marvel stuff on Disney Plus?
Yeah, I did watch WandaVision when it first came out, and I would say I moderately enjoyed it. It was one of those things that's like I enjoyed it while watching through it, but I don't have any desire to like go back and rewatch it necessarily.
Right.
And so it just, to me, the timing seems weird. This seems too late because the WandaVision hype is already dead. So why are they? It feels like they're trying to rekindle the excitement around WandaVision, but it seems like it feels like too much time has passed, and it feels like they're starting over again.
Yeah, I agree, because we're just like, who wants an Agatha show? I
don't know.
She wasn't a big bad. She wasn't really all that interesting. I mean, I liked WandaVision until the end. They could not stick the darn landing at the end, but it's just like, why are we getting the series for this, lackluster
it kind of goes back to the
character.
whole, like, I'm always skeptical of spin-offs, right? Because it's another spin-off. So, Puss in Boots, maybe that was a successful spin-off from Shrek, but the other thing, like, from watching this trailer, like, without spoiling too much, is it's really dark. Even, it's really dark, and it has a lot of the same themes of what the Acolyte has been heavily criticized.
Yeah.
For. I've seen too much correlation there in not a good way.
No, I'm watching it, and part of the trailer, I'm just like, is this a Disney Plus show, or is this The Conjuring? I couldn't.
Well, I don't like shows where it's like, where they're trying to get you to root for somebody who's not the good guy, if that makes sense. Like, the main character,
exactly.
Like, what are the redeeming qualities of this main character? Because it seems like it's more of a celebration of evil than of good. So it's a big turnoff for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's, tell people, like, case in point, okay, like Dexter. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to watch.
I'm familiar with it, Dexter. But I haven't watched much.
Yeah. I like dropped out after, I think, I forget which season it was, with the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. I'm just like, I'm done. This is so freaking stupid. Shame what they did to Dexter. But he is a serial killer, for folks who don't know. He's a serial killer, but he only, to him, in his head, he only winds up killing people who he feels escaped justice. Mm-hmm. Like, the DUI, the guy does a DUI, hit and run, kills this lady's husband, and, the court lets him off, but he knows he's guilty. He'll hunt that person down, So it's like you feel bad rooting for this guy. It's just like you're in this position where you're like, but it's not like he's just going around killing everybody. He's killing people who get away with this thing. So you have this constant tug of war going on with your constantly watching it.
That's intentional. This muddying of the waters, this like gray zone of morality, right? Where they're taking all these films and shows, and it's no longer good versus evil, it's like, well, everybody has good in them. And then we want to take this character that has all of these like evil negative traits, but their motivations are pure, and it's almost like this ends justifies the means kind of ideology, which I think is incredibly dangerous, and it's just becoming more and more like it's everywhere.
It is, and that's one of the reasons why I started to fall out of that show. It's just like, when does the judgment come? And it's just like, okay, I don't want to watch this. You have people who are inherently evil, you have people who are inherently good, and you need to show that. But
I'm even okay with the character arc of like somebody who was evil, like changing their ways and becoming good, and maybe they suffer the consequences of the evil they did in the past, but now they're on like a path of redemption. Like, I'm okay with that. I'm not saying that like every good character has to be perfect, but I just don't like the portrayal of like evil, bad characters, and then like the show's trying to convince you that they're really not all that bad. That's the part I don't like.
Yeah, and that's something. I forget whose stream that I was on when I was talking about this. Because I love horror movies, but mostly what I like is like the psychological thriller of of horror movies. And they said, why? I said, because you have a unmitigated evil that is being pushed against, and it's very clear good versus evil. At least the good horror movies. That's how they show that. I don't like the let's just feel bad, and it's whatever, and it's a gray area, and not everyone's inherently good or inherently bad. Like you were saying, there's like there aren't clear lines, and that's what I'm just like, nah, I'm kind of done. And I'm really getting a little tired. Actually, not a little tired, a lot tired of shows where they want you to understand the villain. And Disney's been very, very good at doing this for years. Like Maleficent, they destroyed Maleficent. She was unrepentantly evil, and that's how we liked her in the fairy tale. But no, they do the live action, and we have to understand her. Like, I don't have to understand that chick. I'm not trying to understand that. Exactly. Not trying to at all. Let's see. Tom F says, wait, Walmart Plus gives you Paramount Plus. Yes, it does. I have Walmart Plus. I love not having to set foot in a darn Walmart. They bring me my groceries, and I get Paramount Plus for free. Absolutely.
See, I would have Walmart Plus, except that they don't deliver. I live out in the country. I live on a dirt road, so they don't deliver to me. So instead, I just do the Walmart free pickup. So.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah. Because
you don't have to go in the store?
In the car, and I don't have to go in the store.
Mm-hmm. Bring it out.
I think that Battlehymn was asking, what is Walmart Plus? It's like, it is a Walmart subscription, but usually it's for grocery, like delivery, to bring it to your house.
Yeah, it's like, I know everything's a plus, but pretty much it's like Amazon. It's like Amazon, except that Walmart is fulfilling it. So you can either, you can always do store pickup, but you can have it delivered to you, like with a delivery window to your house, or like say 3-day delivery, 2 or 3 day delivery, like Amazon. That's pretty much what it is. And frankly, I'm finding some better deals on Walmart Plus than I am on Amazon. Ooh. Actually. Okay. So yeah, I do. I love Walmart. I love Walmart Plus, man. Have them deliver all my groceries, especially as hot as it is in freaking Florida. Have someone else bring it to you. It is great, and I flip and love it. All right, folks. Well, let's get to the. Oh no! You didn't tell me that.
Well, there you go.
Ah, shoot! Daggone it.
Tonight's Spice Lounge brought to you by Walmart Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And this is quite the plug. I think you should get some sponsorship money for this, Lorena.
I think I should. Walmart, hit me up.
Or like a discount code, maybe. I don't know.
Discount code, or you can pay me in Walmart snacks.
Because
they're store label snacks.
What's your favorite, like your go-to Walmart brand snack?
Oh my gosh. There's so many, and I'm trying to figure out which
Like
which one
if
it
you were
which one
gonna,
it is.
curl up and you red boxed Gladiator 2, you're gonna curl up on the couch and get ready to watch a movie. What snacks are you gonna bring?
Which one I do? Probably the jalapeno kettle chips.
Ooh, you do like it spicy.
I do. It's either have the jalapeno kettle chips, or if you don't like spicy stuff, the bags of Walmart brand kettle corn.
Okay, I could go for some kettle corn. Yeah.
That kettle corn is off the chain. It's so flipping good. Uh, it is amazing how much white label snacks are just so good. And to end with this, Ravnat Skibula says that bring me back to Big Jack Horner. No sympathy, and the movie doesn't expect you to feel sorry for him. No, as a matter of fact, we are cheering when he finally gets it. Especially as he was some obscure obscure fairy tale. I'm like, Jack Horner? About talk about obscure. And yeah, they fed into that. So pretty awesome. I love making kettle corn at home. Oh, yes, it's so good. So good. Kettle corn is so good. So good. Well, speaking of some things that aren't so good, and we're going to talk about the gaming industry here. So this is the meat and potatoes of our stream here today. So thank you. I see all of you folks in here hitting that like button. I appreciate that. From that Park Place, of course, written by John F. Trent, Rocksteady confirms Suicide Squad killed the Justice League to introduce gender-swapped Mr. Freeze. Now, to kind of add a little bit of context to this, I've only gotten into gaming within the past, I would say past year or so. I used to be a pretty hardcore gamer, and then life happened, and I wasn't playing games, but I was buying games for everybody else. So let's put it this way, it was a point in time where I had more money than time, and it's still like that, but I'm making a conscious effort to get back into gaming. And it's like when I got back into it's I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Let's see. People for some reason are allergic to smack talk, when you're playing online games or whatever, I'm just like, I'm sorry. NBA players talk smack talk to each other, especially Call of Duty players. I'm like, please, you get your feelings hurt if your skin isn't thick enough. But I'm looking and I'm just like, what the heck happened? Where did it go from, hey, let's all get together and go out here and kill some people in the game to, okay, now you have to use the right pronouns, and you can't misgender someone, or your game has to be diverse and inclusive. And by that I mean, like, you have to have this many Black people, this many Asian people, this many. What I'm just like, no, I usually don't check that, especially when I play Mortal Kombat. I just need my best fighters. That's all I need. So Magic, clue me in, because I feel like I woke up from a coma, and the gaming world has just gone absolutely crazy.
Well, I will say this, Lorena, like, don't go back to sleep, as tempting as it might be to just go back to whatever it was before. Okay. We still need you and people like you in gaming space, and there are, like, the fact that these conversations are happening, I guess, is a positive sign, but I feel like the gaming industry has really shifted, and we're in this, like, weird kind of post-COVID era, right? I think I'm not blaming everything that happened on COVID, but it certainly was a cultural shift and some changes happening. If you think about YouTube, Twitch streamers, everything kind of had a boost during quarantine, because when you're stuck at home, what are you gonna do? You're gonna log on, you're gonna go online, you're gonna play video games, you're gonna pull up Twitch streams, and there was like a big boost in the gaming industry, I feel like, because of quarantine, and now we're trying to like stay with those numbers. But I don't know, decisions like this to gender swap Mr. Freeze, and it just feels like all of these gaming companies have really lost sight of what they were built on, and they're all trying to shift with, you know, modern culture, but they're doing it in such like a a stupid way, such a foolhardy way, that they're losing touch with what gave them the success that they have. And it just feels like change for the sake of change, and not like a wise business decision.
Yeah, I agree, and you're right. It is tempting for me to say, "Screw this! I'm going back to sleep." I'm not, I'm not even going to pay attention to this stuff anymore. But yeah, it's like I look at it's like I have to push back. It's like when I look at this, like I know who Mr. Freeze is. Okay, because I'm granted your girl is not that much of a DC head. I'm a Marvel girl, but still, I know who Mr. Freeze is. So what is it about having to change her for this particular game? Because there's two fronts on this. So let me touch for right here. Video game developer Rocksteady confirmed rumors that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will introduce a gender swap version of Mr. Freeze. Now the gender go ahead,
supposed to be, is this picture the gender swap version? Because it looks more like non-gender specific, right?
I'm glad you brought that up. What it says is this is the promotional art. Now, because in my brain I'm re-rendering it. Like in my brain, you know, she's got the, you know, the pink eyes and, you know, glasses and everything, but it's got really long icy blue hair, or she's got like a really short but sexy kind of cropped haircut, and actually has freaking boobs. Oh my god, that's what I see in my head. But
yeah,
one of the reasons why it looks the way that it does, are you familiar with a company called Sweet Baby Inc?
I feel like I've heard about them a couple of times. Yeah, another one bites the dust. They're gonna kill another game.
Rocksteady is one of their clients.
Yeah, there it is.
One of their clients is Rocksteady. So that freaking explains it, that they do that, because they do not want the quote unquote male gaze going on. And I'm just like, I don't get it, because and this is just me, and let me know how you feel about this. I like playing hot, sexy looking characters too.
Yes. Oh my gosh. If they think they're doing this for women, I mean, no. What if I'm gonna play as a female character, I want her to be the ideal female. Like, I want her to have like the body that's like goals, right? Like, I want to look at this character and be like, I need to kick my butt right back to the gym. Like, I want to look like that. Like, you want to play the ideal version of yourself. That's what video games are for, right? It's like, you want to get that escape from reality. You want to get some things that are like exaggerated versions of reality, not throwing this agenda in your face.
Yeah, and it's just like, so you want to do this because you have a self-esteem problem, because you're right, Magic. We play these video games to get escapism, you know, to be, I don't say, like I said, like the idealized version of yourself, like the idealized version where, you know, I'm super skinny and I can eat as many cupcakes as I want.
That's right. All the Walmart snacks don't go to the waistline.
Yeah. I can kick monsters' butts and double tap people, and, you know, hey, and I still look good. That's, you know, that's what you want to do. But it's just like, you trying to tell us that this is what we want? and that somehow this is going to help sell games. Because if I remember correctly, Kill the Justice League, at least according to the Steam stats, is not doing so good right now, and I think it's like 60% off or something. So I can't see even this one here. This is supposed to be Amanda Waller.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why does she look like that?
I'm like, yeah, I don't know. If you put a giant wig, I would say drag queen. Is what I get from that.
Yeah.
Like the exaggerated eyebrows and the eye makeup and lipstick, but like the buzz cut with that, I don't know. Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. And she's got lousy trigger discipline too. I just want to point that out right now. Keep your finger off the darn trigger. It's not where it's supposed to. It's not where it's supposed to be.
It's not Amanda. It's Armando.
Yeah, you're right. No joke. I thought this was a dude when I first saw it.
Yeah, it's only like I guess her left eyebrow that kind of gives a little like the feminine energy, but but like the haircut, the jawline, very masculine.
Ridiculous. Oh, my ears burning pain. And Tom F says, I play games to forget about real life, not hear about what narrative they want to shove at us. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what that's I think this big thing that really pisses me off, because when I play games, I want to have fun. I don't want to think about work drive me nuts. I don't want to think about anything else. I just want to play and have a good time. I don't want to get a lecture about about what my pronouns are. I don't need to get a lecture about the male gaze. I don't need to, look at ugly women. I will be completely blunt. Okay. I'm just like, I don't, it's like, I just don't get it. Battle Him 63 says, Freeze's whole motivation was to do whatever he needed to do to revive his wife and cure her. So are they going to change the character motivation too?
Wow,
That's a good question. I don't know, but considering it's Sweet Baby.
Lesbian, right?
Yeah.
So they could keep the motivation and then just make it a gay couple.
That's true. But they may not even be that smart.
Okay, what's the motivation of every modern day female? Let's see. I don't need no man. I fight for myself. So maybe they swap it to something like that.
I can take on a 300-pound dude. I may weigh 100 pounds, but I can kick his ass.
That's right.
I can fight him just like a man. Okay, yeah, all right, whatever.
I get sick of it. I get sick of the take of I don't need no man. It's like, since when? Since when?
I mean, yeah, exactly. And why is it man is so threatening to you? I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. And Mugsykins, yeah, Sweet Baby Inc.'s idea of best woman is one that looks, talks, acts like a man. And this kind of comes to a point of actually the question that I want to ask you. Does it seem to you that feminine characters in video games, it's like femininity is, I don't know if it's either a threat or a liability. And in order to be as good as a man, you have to act like a man. For some reason, being a woman is a detriment. And that's something that I do not remember ever running into with video games.
Yeah, I think part of it is trying to blend genders, like what makes a man and what makes a woman. That saying that those distinctions are sexist, which they're not, and trying to come up with this like very like watered down, convoluted mixture of just like a they them that's like a mix of both male and female, masculine and feminine. And I think the other part of it is like, as a woman who's been in gaming for 10 years, like, why are they trying to remove us from this industry. Because before it was always about, oh, we need more women in gaming, we need more women, female voices, and now if there is a female voice, they're just making it sound more like the men. And so then it's what, what's the point? Like, they're trying, sometimes I look at the gaming industry and I'm like, there's no space here for me anymore, because they're just trying to erase us and bring in these non-binary, they, them, convoluted version. And where's the place for real women anymore? It's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, it is. It feels like, erasure. You don't want to see women. They want to go more towards this androgyny, which I don't like at all. And it's just it's insulting. That's how I feel like it. It's the fact that you just want to erase me. You want to erase, what we are, because you don't feel that we're good enough.
Yeah, and I think the beauty of women, whether it's in video game characters or in the real world, is like how we are distinctive to men is part of what makes us beautiful as a woman. It doesn't make us lesser than a man because we have distinctions and differences. And on the other side, like, there are things that men do better than women and women do better than men. You can try to cancel me. I've already been canceled once. It's fine. So I'm just going to say it. But those differences don't mean that one is greater than the other or that one is lesser. And I as a stay-at-home mom, I have 3 kids that are my full-time job. I personally take offense when people try to say that, women being, caretakers and nurturers, like, they say that as if it's like a degrading thing, when I consider it a position of honor to be able to stay home and raise my babies. Like, I love that about my life. And there's a lot of people that would want to make you feel guilty or like less of a person because that's how you choose to spend your time.
Yeah, which really pisses me off, because first wave feminism wasn't really about that. It's like, if I decide to, be a working mom, that decision should be respected. If I decide to stay home and raise my kids, that's also to be be respected. So yeah, I totally get where you're coming from with that. Because it's just like, when was that ever like a liability?
So now it's just gone too far, where it's like, you have to want to be that boss babe, otherwise you're lesser of a woman. It's like, if you choose to go pursue a career and succeed, like, great, I'm rooting for you, like, go crush it. But that doesn't mean that that's what everybody wants for their life, and that's okay.
Exactly. Like, I forget the chick's name, but I don't know if I wanted to pray for her or smack her in the back of the head. Probably both. When she's claiming that having kids is a liability or like a disability because the game should be easier. I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, and I know words came out that, like, oh, that's just the terminology they use in the gaming space, that it's a temporary liability. And it's like, well, I take offense to that terminology being used to describe children, whether it's don't use the word disability, liability, handicap when it comes to talking about your children. That's just really dangerous, just verbiage.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, what you have? It's like, how long have you been gaming? Because plenty of us who have kids, we're used to, getting smoked. Right, you just boom. As soon as you hear the mom, oh shoot. Okay, all right. I'll have to come back to it, later and get back to it. And someone else who said it, I forget which. I think was it Online Dungeons and Dragons or something? And one of them, they're like, hey, I got to go take care of my kids. They're like, no, we got you. And they were like trying to hold off some kind of orc or something till they could get back.
Yes, that's a good team. I play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons online, so I love that part.
That just cracked me up. There's just like, good stories, and stuff, and stuff like that. But you don't have to demonize a gender, or to basically sap the power away from that gender. So that's the reason why the games like there's issues with Stellar Blade, but with the character design of Stellar Blade, why it was so popular. They weren't really afraid to actually show women as women, and got accused of a male get whatever. People wanted to play the game, and yes, it was good looking chicks. Which brings me to this next one. And actually, you know what? First of all, let me say, oh my gosh, what happened? They want a non-binary culture. Yes, they want something that's very androgynous, and you're right, where you can't tell men from women. It's this androgynous mix, and why people don't want the games. It's like it's not what people want to play as, which is going to leads into this Dragon Quest story. But let's see. Good to see you, Teresa. I see you here. And Tom F says, if all the gamers stop buying the crap they make, they will stop when they fail. Yeah, that's it. You need to take your money and move it someplace else. It won't happen overnight, but it's
and that is starting to happen. So, like, talking about how much a mess the gaming culture is right now, yes. But either I'm listening to the right voices, or there's an actual shift happening. I think it's a little bit of both, but there is something going on where businesses are starting to lose money because of going full woke, or because of creating a product that doesn't cater to their consumer base anymore. So I think it goes one of two ways. You could see these companies potentially doing like a Tractor Supply, which they basically issued an apology saying we're not going to support LGBTQ charities moving forward, because Tractor Supply is a bunch of farmers that give them money. So I think you're either going to see companies issue an apology and turn around, or they're going to end up getting shut down, because ultimately they're making a product that does not cater to their audience.
I want to say, because speaking of Square Enix, and I believe that the people who are behind Dragon Quest, and yes, Square Enix is also another customer of, or we'll say employer of Sweet Baby Inc. And I literally just lost my train of thought that quickly. Daggone. I can't believe I did that. What was I talking about? Holy crap! I feel like I should run it back. I completely lost my train.
You can run it back. I probably derailed you.
Oh, okay. But yeah. Square Enix developed a game called Forspoken. Forspoken was one of those games I considered buying, and then I looked and I'm just like, something doesn't seem right about this game. And then once it finally launched and people started playing it and they started showing the dialogue and how horrible the game was, people were like, no, they're not buying it. And apparently that game did so bad that the whole gaming studio got shut down.
Wow.
Yeah. The whole gaming studio who did that game under Square Enix got shut down.
Good.
So I totally believe that you're right. It's like that shift is starting to happen. Like Karutas has DEI detected, but it's like word is getting out. And even for myself personally, I'll look at games like, should I invest my time? Like Hogwarts Legacy, I bought that because it just looked like the coolest game. Granted, I haven't touched it in like a year because I've been too busy.
Yeah.
But I just loved playing that game, and so many people did too. And then you had people who were calling you everything but a child of God because you wanted to actually support Hogwarts Legacy. And it's like, what does it matter to you who plays what game? What makes you think that because someone bought Hogwarts Legacy, then you just, judge them in that way. And the game made a ton of money, gobs of money. And then you have these other studios that they can't, like, Suicide Squad killed Justice League, which apparently was so bad someone leaked, I guess, the end part of the game. It was so freaking bad. People are like, no, we're not buying it. And I honestly think that's what's gonna happen. More people being very judicious with where they spend their gaming dollars. I think more of them will go towards more independent studios than the AAA titles that I've been seeing. Yeah. Because that's the best way to make your voice heard. And I had Gothics on my channel a couple of weeks ago, and we kind of talked about this too. Yeah, she's freaking awesome. I love her. She cracks me up. We were talking about there was this petition, and I'm just like, what does that do, really? And it's like, it sounds like it's a good thing. Oh yeah, I signed a petition. What does that do? What does it actively do? And she's just like, it really does nothing. And more importantly, you should just not buy it. Have them feel the fact that they're losing that money, and you just do not buy the game. Yeah.
That's part of why I refuse to watch The Acolyte. I feel like I can understand enough that I'm not going to like it from watching reviews and everything else, that I'm not going to add one viewer number to it. So I think the people that, buy a game or watch a show in order to review it, spreading that word, that's great. Like, that's providing a service. But I think you're right. Consumers speak loudest with how we spend or don't spend our money.
Yeah. Which is why I got rid of Disney Plus. I was just like, you know what, I could do Acolyte videos. But I was just like, no. At least with Ahsoka, I could find something to laugh and actually like about it, even though it was bad. It could have been better. It's nowhere near Acolyte bad. Oh my God. No. It was kind of like bad as in, that's kind of stupid. Ha ha. Funny. You could watch it, make jokes about it. There was no joy in watching The Acolyte. And I'm just like, why am I giving Disney money for this? It's like, I don't want to watch it.
I do still have Disney Plus, but that's because we're watching through with our kids, like Clone Wars and some of the older animated Star Wars shows. And I think once we're caught up on those, we'll probably cancel the subscription from there too.
Okay. I thought you said Bluey. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I love
Bluey is great. Yeah, I love Bluey. But right now we're watching through Clone Wars and.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I know, Haunted Hogsmeade. I got to do that quest. Yeah, well, once I finish building my gaming PC, then I can actually do that. But I cannot play Hogwarts Legacy until I get my gaming built. Okay, at least the way that I want to play it. Okay, yes. That's open world and a lot of freaking frames, and I think it fried my other little tiny mini PC. I think that's
we need a beefy PC for Lorena to play Hogs.
Yeah. It's down there. It'll be sentient as soon as I get a new motherboard. Since when I got it was DOA. It's like a big fish tank. Pretty much what it looks like. It is. It's like a fish tank. I have like a height Y70. I didn't get the touch because the Y70 touch sold out. So I couldn't get that one. So I got the one without the touch screen, although I think like in the later part of this year, I'll be able to upgrade to the touch screen once they're made available because they sold out of those. So yeah, now it looks like a big, huge fish tank.
Oh.
I could put characters in it, like action figures in it, but it's just like, no, I need it to go. You've been building that PC for months. By the time you finish it, be end of service like that this spring. Yeah, life happened. Life intervened, but no, I'm getting back to it. I'm forced to get back to it. So Asus can send me a new one. That's the only thing, man.
The motherboard. Just waiting for that.
Yeah, the motherboard. I had to get I had to buy, temporarily buy new RAM to swap out because I had to test it. I'm like, okay, I know it's not the RAM sticks,
Yeah.
but just to be sure, let me get a different brand of RAM and see what happens. Same thing. Same thing. So I just sent that back to Amazon. So now I have to get the new motherboard. Intel or AMD? AMD. I don't do evil inside. I really do. I can't stand Intel. I say that now. My other computer over there is actually Intel. So yeah, I have an AMD chip, and my graphics card is NVIDIA. Because I'm an NVIDIA girl. Yeah, anything less than NVIDIA, I'm gonna fry it. That's just me. That's just me. I will fry that sucker. Let's see. So you have Dragon Quest 3. So here's another one. They're changing the appearance option. So it's not a male body or a female body. Like, for example, when I play Fallout 4, you can choose to either be male or to be female, right? That's exactly how they call it out. But apparently for Dragon Quest 3, you're going to have body type A and body type B. Yeah. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake could feature new appearance options, replacing male female titles with appearance A and appearance B instead. This change is seen as potentially more inclusive. How?
I don't know. You still have two choices, A, B, which makes it still a binary system, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Unless appearance A is skinny and appearance B is not so skinny.
Short, tall.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Bald, not bald.
It's just that, like, saying the words that male, female are like, are exclusionist and not inclusive is absurd.
I don't get it. I don't get ones and zero.
Let's make it real binary code right now. One or zero.
Yes. I mean, it's. I could see if it's just like, okay, do you want to be a gnome, or do you want to be a troll, or do you want to be a mage? Okay, that's different. But why are you just gonna go, instead of using male female, use appearance A and appearance B? Why? Because first of all, and it's not to demean anybody or anything like that, but if you feel like you don't identify with the sex that you were born as, why is that my problem in a video game? If they give you the option to be male or female, then just pick one of those.
It just seems like overcomplicated for no reason. Like, it's really just not that complicated. It really is. Male, female is just simple because you're born one or the other. You pick what you play in a game, one or the other. It's just, why do we gotta make it complicated? I'm way too old school for this.
It's like, I don't. If I want to play as Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat, I just need to pick a male body. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I need to pick about.
It's a good choice, too.
Oh, yeah. I usually play either him or Kano. Kano's such a jerk. It's like, if I play as a guy, it's usually him or it's usually Kano. Once in a while, I'll play as Raiden. But I love fighting against Sub-Zero. Let's see. Oh, that's okay, Tom. I am too. So when you said ones and zeros, I was about to say what number? Because I keep doing that translation in my head. But you have to, especially in Unix, you have to change stuff for like read, write. Is it read, write, and I forget the other one. Update. permissions. You have to set the bits for that. It's such a pain in the behind to do that manually. I wrote a JavaScript to just say, what do I want to do that with? So I totally get you. There are FFF genders, so why don't they use a hexadecimal quartet to choose? Oh gosh, that's funny. That's funny. I want appearance OC5. Too freaking funny. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's what's going on there. And the last one.
Baby wants to say
Let's
hi.
see.
Just a baby.
Hello, sweetie. He's like, yes, I'm on camera. Kids and pets.
Right. Go back to daddy.
They always know when you're on, you know, they always
That's
know when you're
right.
on. You know, it doesn't, it just gets different as they get older, because I'll get tapped on the phone from camera girl, like text, Mom, where is so and so? I can't. Or hanging in the background like.
See, I have,
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but I have a gaming shed. So I'm actually outside in my shed. It's insulated with a window AC. So that way it avoids, when I used to do a lot of Halo casting, I needed a place that was like soundproof. So it's nice. But yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
It's kind of,
we're getting closer to the age of, you know, them texting me if they if they need stuff, but we're not there yet.
it's so funny because I tell people, it's like, so when you see me, no, it's important, but that's what they start to use. They will use the phone to start pinging you. I don't hear anything unless, boom, I need to find the snack, or I need to find, like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, we will get to it. Read, write, execute, modify. Yes. Java, no. Well, I had to do it for a class, dude. I I really did. I had to update my programming skills, and I had to take a Java class. So I needed to. I needed to. Sorry, it was not Python. I'm kind of at the point where I don't get paid to program in Python. I get paid to tell other people what to program in Python, but I had to do it. I had to do it in Java. Jurassic Fan 17 says, "Oh, cute baby." Yes, yes, indeed. You're so cute. You're so cute. Whoops, way late. How's it going? I'll rewatch the rest later. Oh, going good. Talking gaming here with Magick Moonshot. You got to go back and watch the rest. We've been having an awesome
But definitely been some hot takes.
Yeah.
A little spicy.
That's how we do here on this. That's how we do here on this show. But speaking of the last spicy topic, try IBM's Big Fix coding it mind bending. You know what, dude? I get it. I still have a ticket out for SAP. They still haven't fixed an issue of mine, and it's been, I don't know how many years. I don't know how many years it's been. But for our last one, and this okay. So we've gone from, okay, defeminizing women to not using male or female to apparently Capcom, which is one of my favorite old school arcade case gaming companies. Capcom's Dead Rising remake race swap psychopath boss Larry Chang from Asian to white, likely due to racial stereotype. Okay, now I'm forgetting who it was. I'm sorry, but the person who asked, my person with the last name of Chang, and I'm like, well, I guess okay. Now, so we got it from here. Yes, I don't understand this. And I'll switch over here to that Park Place episode. So apparently, I haven't played Dead Rising. Have you?
I have not, no.
Okay. Yeah, I have not. But apparently they're redoing this game. So I guess Larry Chang is Asian. I guess there's gameplay where there is some gameplay that they showed of the Asian character, and why they're saying that he was a racial stereotype, I don't get, because
he's a doctor, I guess, because there's more Asians in the medical field.
I don't know. I don't get it, because let's put it this way: every Hong Kong, because I love kung fu. Okay, love kung fu films. Grew up on watching kung fu theater on the weekends. There's always the mob boss.
Yeah.
Always the mob boss. And so I'm like, why is this a racial stereotype when this is a type of character that I've seen even in Asian cinema? So
Right.
why is this a problem? And why are you race swapping him as a white guy?
Well, because is he a like a boss that you have to take down? Like he's the bad guy, evil? Is that the thing? Because in that case, yeah, all the bad guys, right, in modern culture are white males, right? Is that what we're saying? If it's a bad guy that is a boss that you have to take down, yeah, down with the patriarchy or whatever.
Let's see. It looks like he works in the. Okay, I'm sorry, but the Asian people can have missing teeth too.
Yeah, when they made him white, why did they fix his teeth? That's a great point. That seems almost racist, right?
Yeah, they should have left him with missing teeth. Well, then I guess in that case he'd be British, but I don't. It's flipping ridiculous. I don't get it. Because he's a butcher. I don't understand this, and this is the perspective that I'm coming from. I don't understand this because of all the Asian films that I've seen. This does not seem out of place, especially if you've ever seen a movie involving the Yakuza, the Japanese mob. It's like I don't understand that. Hey, British people can be white. Yeah, that's what I meant.
She was actually saying that if he was white and missing teeth, then he'd have to be British, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
So it was mocking the dental state of
the dental
Brits.
stereotype,
Yeah.
where British, they just, no, he's not so great. Go back and watch Austin Powers. Yeah, it's like, I know I have bad but it's true. Yes, thank you, Northman JH. Every culture has a form of organized crime, whether it's the Russian mafia, whether, it's the Filipino mafia, whether it's the Japanese mafia. And the mob boss is something that's all over. And it's something that, there isn't a racial stereotype with it. It just is. There's Nigerian organized crime. So race swapping the character makes zero sense to me. And there's some people where they're saying, well, they're making the white guy the bad guy. I'm just like, I thought it was, to be a bad guy, that's like a part that you wanted to play. That was for everybody, regardless of who you were. So to make this, to race swap this guy, to race swap this character. Okay, so you took a job away from an Asian character and you gave it to a white guy because you're uncomfortable with how that portrayal is. I just need to make this make sense, because I don't get it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess
at some point it feels like if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? Like they're changing things for the sake of change and not because it needs to be changed. Whether that's like Mr. Freeze to Mrs. Freeze, or from Asian to white. It just feels like they have this like inner like need, like something, like there has to be something wrong. It's either sexist, or it's a racial stereotype, or there's something broken, and so we need to fix it. Some things are just like leave it alone. Stop fixing everything.
Stop messing with my freaking movies.
Yes.
There's plenty Asian games. Okay, just stop. I have so much. First of all, gangster movies are one of my favorite genres to watch. I freaking love it. So stop taking our fun away. All right. We know it's not real life. We know we don't think that all Asians are gangsters. It's ridiculous. It's a freaking video game, and why are you going to mess it up like that? It's just messed up because only white people can be bad. I don't even want to make it. I don't even want to say that. I don't think it's because only white people can be bad. I think whoever is doing this, for some reason, they're uncomfortable.
I think it's more along the line, because that was my first thought too, Amanda, was that it was like, oh wait, change all the bad guys to white males. But I think it's more of like over like cultural sensitivity, but like it's more like they're trying to like touch everything with kid gloves. Like they're trying to be too careful of cultural stereotypes. When it's like what you're saying, Lorena, it's a video game. This isn't real life. This doesn't mean that this is how we see every person of this race as this stereotype, but they're just everything is just becoming so diluted and so watered down because they're just so scared of like being offensive.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want to offend people. Well, I can tell you what offends me, because I know plenty of hardworking Chinese immigrants, especially in Chinatown and Philadelphia. Okay, a lot of them do jobs like that. Okay, so once again, you have a group of people being offended by a group of people that never freaking asked you to be.
That's right.
That's just it. They made him look like the guy from Toy Story 3. Oh, Al from Al's Toy Barn.
Al's Toy Barn. It's the Chicken Man.
Oh my freaking gosh! I love Toy Story.
That's a great character.
And the blatant Star Wars callbacks.
Oh,
with
yes,
Zurg.
Between Buzz Lightyear and Zurg. No, Buzz, I am your father.
Yep, he's like, no, you see him.
Good.
Yeah, they did. They forgot to make his ball cap red. So Amanda says, so basically they're too focused on racial stereotypes and thinking people can't differentiate between fiction and reality. Yes. Exactly. I'll give you another case in point. Apu from The Simpsons. The Indian dude who works in the convenience store. And they wanted to get rid of that character, and they did. I think they did get rid of that character because they're like, oh, it's offensive to Indian Americans. I'm like, in what way? It's like I grew up with where I lived. It's like we had like a lot of Punjabi Indians that lived up, went to school. A lot of them, yeah. Some of them owned, convenience stores, but they were pillars of the community. They made a lot of money. Some of them had chains of convenience stores, be able to put their kids, through college. They literally had the American dream when they did that. So it's like, how dare you piss on somebody's profession
Right.
because you are uncomfortable with it for some reason, or you think that it's a racial, a racial stereotype. It's like, no, that was his job. And in the show itself, Apu was the most eligible bachelor ever, to the point where he couldn't keep his dates straight because they kept his dates. And then it turns out that the wife that he had been betrothed to, I guess when he was 8, finally came over and he had to marry her. So he tried to say that he was married to Mark. It was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. But it goes back to the same thing. No one thought that Apu was a stereotype. He was just as important as all the other characters in The Simpsons, because they kind of, they all, they're all in there together. But yeah, you have people, that's exactly what they think. And to bring it back to video games, for the same people who will say that video games make you violent.
Right.
Or that watching Tom and Jerry cartoons will make you violent. I'm like, yeah, I watched a lot of Bugs Bunny cartoons. I wasn't going around dropping anvils on people, okay? Oh, he's still there, but never in a speaking role, always in the background. And that sucks, because I always wanted to see him, Manjula, and the octuplets, because they had 8 kids. Yeah. They had 8 kids. It was hilarious. It was hilarious with all their kids. Did they also retire Cookie Kwan? Oh shoot. I forget who she is. I forget who she was. Darn shame that I can't remember them. And Izzo's places, just like there should be heroes of every culture and gender, whatever, to respond. There should be villains of every culture, gender, so whatever, so that the cautionary tales are felt too. Absolutely. I mean, this is why I love to watch films from other cultures. Like, for example, I watch a lot of Indian films. Like someone said, Kaliki 20. Yeah. I actually saw that last week. Rahul. I haven't had a chance to write a review, but I saw it last week and it was freaking awesome. It's how would I put it? It's basically it's an Indian sci-fi film. And has several callbacks to, I want to say, old school Star Wars, like The Empire Strikes Back, Blade Runner, Total Recall, especially Blade Runner, and the guy who's in it, and I'm blanking on the character's name. Basically, he's an Indian Han Solo. I kid you not. He's an Indian Han Solo. But seeing those other films, you can see the same things, the villains, that are there, and they're all the same race. So it's like, come on, people. Come on, stop feeding into what you think is going to be a quote unquote stereotype and people are going to be offended. Just make a freaking kick-ass game, okay? Absolutely. All right, that's just what we want. That's what we really or y'all do a duck season, rabbit season. Duck season. Oh, okay. Yeah, now okay. Now I remember who she is. Now. But folks, as usual, time on the Spice Lounge goes by so darn fast. Magic, I would love to have you on again at another time. It's just been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, it's been great. I've had a great time. I love getting some time away to just talk about nerdy gaming stuff, and no, you're just a joy. You just have such a brightness to you that I really enjoy being around.
Oh, thank you so very much. Thank you so much. Folks, make sure you follow Magick Moonshot over on Twitch. Do you have anything coming up that you'd like to let everyone in the audience know about?
Well, I haven't been streaming as much lately. I do have a 6-month-old baby, but when I do stream, you
Oh,
can
you're
find
busy.
me there. The Twitter is where I'm most active, and there's been some recent drama. I got blocked by a game dev and all that kind of fun stuff. So just
Oh,
come
you
by the
do?
Twitter or the Twitch if you want to get caught up on the drama. I'm prepping right now to go to HCS. That's the Halo tournament in Atlanta at the end of the month. So that's the exciting thing I have coming up.
Ooh, awesome. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on your Twitter so I can see what you do
Yeah, if
do
you have
with
any
that.
Atlanta recommendations, like food or just like sightseeing, yeah, send them my way on Twitter.
Oh my God. Last time I was in Atlanta, I was at Dragon Con and I didn't really leave the hotel.
I know. I don't usually. I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna have a car this time, so I'm gonna try to sightsee a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Yeah, the only thing I know about Atlanta is I don't know, Coca-Cola. I think
That's a good one.
I think
Nothing wrong
I
with
wish
that.
wish I had more because Atlanta, like I said, Dragon Con. I didn't leave I didn't leave the hotel, but yeah, I'm gonna be watching. See
Well,
what you
thank you. I'll
do
try
and
to
all
keep
that.
Twitter updated on that. But yeah, if you have a Twitch account and want to follow there, it would help me out. I'm closing in on 5K followers, which feels like a big
Woo!
milestone that we're getting close to.
We can get her there, guys. We can get her there. I have got the link to her Twitch in the description box. So make sure you follow her on Twitch. Make sure you also follow her on X as well. Folks, of course, you can find me over on X. You can find me, of course, here on YouTube for various videos and live streams. Tomorrow, I'm going to be live streaming from Epcot at 8 p.m. Gonna go, I need some funnel cake from the American Experience. Oh my gosh, yeah, I want that dough fried in grease and and strawberries and whipped cream and powdered sugar on it. So we're going to check that out, do a couple attractions, and we're also going to watch the fireworks over at Epcot. And then after that, I'm going to try not to blow a whole lot of money over in the Japan Pavilion at Mitsukoshi Department Store because they got all the darn manga, anime, figures, books. Well, it's dangerous. That place has been dangerous for my wallet since I was a kid going over in there. So we're gonna definitely have fun. And also, please do not forget on Saturday, two things. 12 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to have my theme park war room show where we've got theme park casual, Bash Sky, Ron Bradley of Follow the Bradleys Fun. We also have a Berry Place 28. Come and ask us all of your theme park planning questions, especially planning to visit Epic Universe. So go ahead and bring those questions and hang out with us. And if one of us doesn't know the answer, we'll just put all our brains together, try to figure out what the answer is. And at 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, I'm going to be doing a watch party for Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, which is my favorite original series Star Trek movie. So you do not want to miss that. And on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, welcome to Florida. We're going to be talking about the Florida Space Coast, all of the cool tourist things you can check out there, along with some history of the space program here in Florida. So, yes, funnel cake is disrespectful. It's fried in grease.
Has no business being that delicious.
No, it doesn't. They squeeze the batter in the grease and then it's just like rise and then it just floats up to the top. Oh, God damn it. Woo, it's so good. So good. You are welcome. You are welcome. So glad you guys enjoyed the show. Oh, you have a YouTube channel?
I do, but it's mostly inactive. Sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my mods will find everything.
Thank you, mods. I appreciate you looking out.
All right. And no Dark Council this week. I believe the guys are going to be back. I think the guys are going to be back next week. and back next week. So that'll be good. But folks, definitely go over to Bosco Scenarios channel. He has his stream at 8 o'clock. I would reroute you over there, but he's not allowing redirect, so I need to talk to him about that. Let me in on that. So, folks, once again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you so much, Magick, for hanging out with us and seeing your adorable little one crash the stream. I like that. I love that so much.
A lot of fun.
You all take care, and we will see you next time. Bye.